Today, we'll be assembling the Flyer Loop e-bike. First, we'll open the top flap of the box, and there are side tabs on the side of the box that will allow you to release the front flap and show the e-bike inside. Next, we'll remove all the packaging from the e-bike, and on the rear of the bike, there is a hardware box. You'll take that out and set that aside for later. Inside the hardware box, you'll find the instruction manual, which you'll reference throughout the assembly. Find a buddy and have them help you lift the e-bike out of the box so that you can continue removing packaging. Take the left and right kickstand legs out of the hardware box, along with the toolkit, which we'll use to install the kickstand. The hardware for the kickstand is pre-installed onto the e-bike, so you'll remove that first, slide the kickstand legs on, and reinstall the hardware. Repeat those steps for the other side of the kickstand. Now that the kickstand is fully assembled, deploy it, and we'll begin the next step. Next, we'll assemble the handlebars, so we'll unfold and securely latch the stem in place using the lever on the side, and then we'll grab our Allen keys to remove the stem faceplate so we can install the handlebars themselves. Grab the handlebars and align them inside the clamp using the markings on the handlebars. Then, grab the faceplate and reinstall using the Allen key. As you're tightening the stem faceplate, be mindful that the gap in the front and rear is equal for proper clamp pressure. To begin installation of the front wheel, first we'll remove the yellow brake pad spacers from the brake calipers. Then, grab our Allen key and remove the front axle, which is pre-installed into the fork. When the axle is removed, discard the plastic spacer and we'll grab our front wheel. Align the front wheel between the fork and be sure that the brake rotor aligns with the brake caliper. It should fit between the two pads. Then grab your axle and reinstall. Then, using the Allen key, tighten your front axle to the front fork. Note, the front axle should be tightened to 12 Newton meters. Now we'll install the front fender and reflector. All the hardware for the front fender is pre-installed to the fork, so you'll remove this bolt from the top of the fork. Then we'll remove the bolts from the left and right stanchions of the front fork. Align the bolt with the reflector and fender tabs and reinstall the bolt in the top crown area of the fork. Then reinstall the screws in the left and right bosses on the upright stanchions of the fork. Leave these loose for now, we'll come back to tighten them later. Once all the bolts are loosely assembled, go back in with the Allen key and tighten everything up. Raise the fender and position the reflector, then snug up that hardware with the Allen key. Now that the front wheel is installed, we will align it with our handlebars. You'll need to loosen the stem clamp bolts so that we can turn the stem and make sure it's aligned with our front wheel. Note there are screws on the left and right side that need to be loosened together. The front wheel should be perpendicular to your handlebars. It can be helpful to look from a top-down view to see that they're aligned. Then, using your Allen key, retighten both of those bolts. The hardware used to install the headlight is pre-installed to the stem faceplate, so you'll grab the crescent wrench and Allen key from your toolkit and loosen that hardware, setting it aside. Then, grab your headlight and align the tab between the plates on your stem faceplate and reinstall the hardware. Then, hold the nut with your crescent wrench and tighten the bolt with your Allen key. Identify the left and right pedals using the stickers on the top, and also note the direction to tighten, also indicated by the sticker. Align the pedal with the holes on the crank and tighten them up by hand. Then grab your crescent wrench and tighten the pedals fully. Repeat for the other side. To remove the battery from the bike, take the key and install it into the lock, turn, and simultaneously pull the battery upwards to remove the battery. To reinstall the battery, align the battery with the rails and press down to snap it back into place. You should hear an audible click. To adjust your seat height, open the seat clamp lever, position the seat to your desired height, and close the lever. Note, if you can't fully secure your seat in place, you may need to tighten the bolt on the side of your seat clamp. You can do this while the bolt is opened and then reclose the seat clamp. Stop here if you plan to install the cubby kit, as you will install the taillight directly onto that accessory instead of installing it on the bike. To install the taillight onto the bike, first we'll remove the reflector by uninstalling these two screws, set them aside. Then we'll rotate the fender and reflector assembly rearward and grab our crescent wrench to remove the nut from the back of the reflector, allowing us to pull it off the bike. One tip to make this easier is you can use your crescent wrench to hold the nut and then spin the tail light to fully uninstall it. To install the tail light, align the bolts on the back with the holes in the metal tab on the fender, then grab the nuts that we removed before and reinstall them onto the back of the taillight. Use your crescent wrench to fully tighten. We'll connect the taillight with the electrical connections by aligning the two arrows on each connector and pressing them firmly together. Rotate the fender back into place and use the two screws to reinstall the fender and taillight assembly. Tighten with the Allen key. You may want to adjust the position of your handlebars to suit your comfort. To do that, loosen the bolts on the stem faceplate with your Allen key, change the angle to your level, and retighten. To charge your battery, align the prongs on the charger with the receiver on the battery. Your charger light should go from green to red when charging has begun, and the battery state of charge lights should begin blinking. And now you're ready to roll.